Y'all, there's a lot of insanity going on right now because Chrisean's ex-boyfriend Ronnie just lost his life in an insanely senseless act of violence. And fans are convinced that there is something going on behind the scenes that we haven't figured out yet. For those who don't know, Ronnie has been claiming for months now that he is the biological father of Chrisean's son, Chrisean Jr. In case you missed it, there has been a lot of drama surrounding Chrisean's paternity, with Blueface shuffling between claiming the boy and denying the paternity. But now that Ronnie is gone, there is now a conspiracy theory surrounding his passing, with rumors saying that he was unalive because he was the real father and was about to expose some seriously shady stuff. So what exactly is going on here, and what secrets did Ronnie pass away with? Now, I'm not trying to be a hater, but I think that everyone knew from the moment Chrisean announced that she was pregnant that the situation was going to be a hot mess. After all, Blueface and Chrisean were not known for being a healthy couple because these two were the very definition of chaos, and bringing a kid into it was a recipe for disaster. To nobody's surprise, it did not take time before Blueface started acting up, claiming that the kid wasn't his, and Chrisean was trying to pass off another man's kid as his. He tweeted, "To answer y'all's questions, yes, me and Rock are officially done. It's strictly business. I tried it and clearly it wasn't given before she announced. She's pregnant with someone else's child, not mine. Rock has had encounters with 10 different men in the last year. Until I see a DNA test, then it's not mine. It's not a Blueface baby." Blueface didn't hesitate for a second when it came to denying being the father. He didn't even show an ounce of doubt or uncertainty. He firmly rejected it from the start. Instead, he insisted that Chrisean get a DNA test to settle the issue once and for all. After some back and forth, Chrisean finally agreed to go ahead with the test. When the results came in, it was confirmed Blueface was indeed the father.
What?
It says the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus.
Let me get the father. Babe, that's me, you're the father.
Is not excluded.
You the father.
If anyone thought that finding out he was the father would make him treat her better or spark some kind of remorse, we were all wrong. His behavior didn't improve. In fact, it only got worse from that point on. Because he started to put pressure on Chrisean to get rid of the baby because he was going to continue treating her badly. He would send texts to Chrisean saying things like, "I'm going to be a cheater forever. I'm not even gonna hide it for real. You don't want to be stuck at home with the baby while I'm with the next young bee. A baby will make us stuck, and you don't want to be stuck with somebody like me, considering the way I already feel about you." He also tried to force her to get rid of the pregnancy, and when she refused, he went on a rant on Twitter telling the world that he didn't want the baby and that he would never pay child support. He said, "Whoever the judge is on my child support case, I told this girl I don't want the baby. She still got time to get rid of it, and she forcing it on me, so you better make the price right. She trying to trap me." Blueface spent the entire pregnancy making it clear to everyone, including Chrisean, that he didn't care about her or the baby. He even pressured her to terminate the pregnancy, but the moment the baby was born, his tune changed completely. Suddenly, he was all concerned about the baby and started to take custody away from Chrisean. The twist in all this came when Chrisean didn't put Blueface's name on the birth certificate. Instead, she gave the baby her first name and her last name, so the little one ended up being named Chrisean Malone Jr. Not only did Blueface not make it onto the birth certificate, but the baby didn't even have his last name. This raised a lot of eyebrows, especially since Chrisean spent the entire 9 months trying to convince everyone, including Blueface, that the baby was his and pushing him to accept it. So for her to turn around and not include him on the birth certificate seemed off to many. It definitely didn't add up, but Chrisean did say she and Blueface had broken up by then, which probably explains why she made that decision. A week after Chrisean gave birth, she and Blueface seemed to make up, and things appeared to be pretty solid between them. He even flew out to Baltimore to visit her and the baby, and they looked like they were on good terms. He spent some quality time with the baby, having that father-son bonding moment. Chrisean even shared a picture of the two of them, captioning it, "Daddy and I." At this point, it would have made sense for her to finally add Blueface to the birth certificate, considering they were back together and things seemed to be going well. But surprisingly, she still didn't. And that didn't quite add up, especially after all the drama they'd been through. You'd think that if they were truly back on track, she'd make it official, but she chose not to, and it left people scratching their heads. But in true Blueface fashion, it didn't take long before he started to cause trouble again. She accused Blueface of trying to punish her because she didn't give the baby his name. She tweeted, "You saying I'm unfit because he's not a Jonathan Jr., but he's Chrisean Jr. Tell them how you just want to take my kid because I named him after me. I'm stuck with manipulating a manipulator. He think I'm slow or dumb, and please, Blue, be more concerned about your probation information than taking my baby from me as leverage. I have documentation, Jonathan Porter. At this point, we were left wondering again why Chrisean didn't put Blueface on the birth certificate. She had agreed to a DNA test while she was pregnant, so why not add him as the father now that the baby was here? The answer might actually be a lot more complicated than anyone expected. Some people started to speculate that Chrisean might have faked the DNA test altogether. It was at this point that Chrisean's ex, Ronnie, came forward to claim that the baby was his. He posted side-by-side pictures of him and the baby to show just how much they look alike and said, "You are not the father, Blueface." Chrisean also seemed to confirm the rumors when she liked a post about how Ronnie was the baby daddy. Ronnie then made a video confirming that he and Chrisean had been intimate around the time that she got pregnant with Chrisean Jr.
I got concrete evidence right here for y'all. All I want y'all to do is hold people accountable so that Chrisean Jesus Porter can have the life that he deserves and the father that he deserves. All I'm saying is I think that what happened was Blue told her to go get her boy. In the process of her going to his baby, she got pregnant with mine. And that's why she's scared to do a DNA test. I want to make sure that Chrisean, Eugenia, Malone hears me loud and clear. Make this easier for me and make this easier for yourself by doing the right thing. You may be going through postpartum right now. You may be going through the mental baggage of being a mother and not having a good role model of a mother. You need someone that will hold you accountable and that will help Junior get the proper care that he needs. At the end of the day,
Blueface then went off on Twitter saying, "I knew there was something off. I don't think that's my baby. That DNA test was a little weird when I read it. It seemed fake. I had no control over the test. Plus, why would you have a baby in B-more when you and the alleged father live in LA? And the guy claiming the baby lives in B-more. I think they look a lot more alike than me. What do y'all think?" He continued, "I got one baby mama and 2 kids until further notice. I'm free." He also talked about how weird it was that the DNA results were already open when Chrisean handed it to him, saying, "I ain't even think about that. The paper was folded up and Mari test ain't ever looked like that." He also confirmed that he had done a secret DNA test that came back negative. He said, "Tell me why I snuck and swabbed this baby. DNA test results came in. I am not the father. It's a bittersweet feeling because I was coming around to it, but definitely in my best interest. Thank you, Jesus." At this point, it's looking like Ronnie was indeed the father. He has been making some waves all over again in the past couple of weeks because he has been pushing for a DNA test all over again. There have been rumors that the baby has some sort of disability, but Chrisean has been refusing to get him medical help because she doesn't want people to find out. According to reports, Ronnie wanted to get the boy medical help, but that never happened because he tragically lost his life in a right outside his house. We don't know the full story yet, but police were called to the scene, and by the time he got to the hospital, he was pronounced deceased. The situation is super heartbreaking because he was so young. He was only 24 and had a bright life ahead of him. Conspiracy theories are already flying around about how he was targeted because he was going to expose Chrisean for lying and hiding his baby, but honestly, I don't think Chrisean has enough power to pull that off. It's just a horrible situation that should never have happened. I guess it's a good thing that Blueface is in jail right now because y'all know that he would have been the #1 suspect. Anywho, y'all let me know how you feel about Ronnie passing away under these shady circumstances, then check out this next video.